Hey everybody, let's make a card in the Silhouette Studio. I would typically use Cricut Design Space, but thought I would go ahead and start doing some videos with the Silhouette Studio. It's a different type of software, and I'm just going to go step by step. I'm not an expert at this, but I'm going to show you what I know. And hopefully, if there's people out there that are experts, if you're watching this, please make your comments in the comment section so you can help us all out. And if you have a question about what I'm doing, definitely leave a comment in the comment section and we'll figure out the answer to it. So just basic, step by step, I am on my design mat and I do have it at a 12 by 12. And that'll be important here in a minute because I'm going to show you something different that I'm going to do. What else? I have the Cameo 3 and that's it for now. Now, the way Silhouette works is you have a library and you purchase images from the store that goes into your library, which you can organize according to holidays or wherever you want to do it. I pay a monthly fee, and items that I purchase are taken out of that monthly fee. It works really great. I love the images in Silhouette. So I'm going to click on library and I'm going to bring the Lori Whitlock card base onto my design here, my design mat. Okay, it's all here and it's grouped. I want to ungroup it. So I'm going to click here in these two little boxes. You'll see it says ungroup selected shapes. And I'm going to pull that off and I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to pull this all the way up. Now, the image will cut wherever you put it on the mat. The difference between Cricut Design Space and the Silhouette is Cricut Design Space will automatically default it up to the left corner. You can, however, move it around once you get into that cutting phase in Cricut Design Space. But this will, so if you want it to cut down here, then you got to move it down here. If you want it to cut up here, then you're going to cut up there. So let's make sure that the image is ready to cut. So I'm going to click on send, which is basically telling the software I'm getting ready to send this to the printer. I'm sorry, the Silhouette cutter. I have a Cameo 3. I think I already mentioned that. It looks like it's all ready. So you've got your cut line, and then the auto blade will perforate where the score area should be. So let's make sure we have everything set up. We've got the cardstock. It's textured at 80 pound, and then these are all your choices. Just like Cricut Design Space, you can add a material and make the adjustments that you need to as far as how deep it cuts, etc. It's on cut. I do have the auto blade in, and as I mentioned, it's cutting around the edge. Let's go back to the design mat, and I think that's how we need to do here. I'm going to leave it on the 12 by 12. I was going to do 8.5 by 11 just to show you that, but that's going to come later. So I'm going to click on send. And then right down here is the send. Now first load your mat with your paper on it and then click send. All right, so I'm going to do that and I'll be back with the rest of the pieces of the card. All right, so this is all cut out. I'm going to move that off and I'm going to bring these in. I'm going to use this as there's going to be a pattern paper to this. And then, I'm sorry, that will be the top layer of the top of the card, and this will be the pattern paper. So when I lay it on my mat, I'm going to lay the pattern paper down at the bottom, and the top layer paper will be at the top. Same thing, you're going to click on send. Make sure that your cut lines are appropriate. That's the dark red. And you can just check again, cut auto blade and the cut edge. So I'm going to cut these out and then come back and show you the next step. All right, so back to design. I'm going to now move these off of here. And we're going to pull another image. This is going to be the print then cut feature. It's already in my library, and I'm going to search it as sunshine. And there it is. I love this saying, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. All right, so being that this is going to be print then cut, I want to change the color of this to brown because I'm going to use some Copic markers. So I'm going to click on the image and I'm going to come over here to the little palette here. It's called the fill panel. And I'm going to click on brown. So now it's going to print brown. That's exactly what I want. Now there's two ways, just like Cricut Design Space, that you can adjust your image. Is you can do it just manually by clicking and dragging, or you can come up to the same thing and just measure the card, or whatever, however you want it to do. I'm having a hard time talking in this video. So I'm going to do this at 3.5. Now I want it to cut out with a square around it. So let's go ahead and go to here. This is called the drawing tool. And I'm going to click on that square. So I'm just going to line this up, I think probably right there. And just kind of trace this whole thing. Bring it down just a little bit more. That looks really good. It looks like it's all even as well. So let's go back up to the arrow and turn that drawing tool off. Let's group it. So I'm going to highlight it and we're going to group it. Now let's go to, let's ungroup it for a second. Sorry, I skipped a step. So let's go back to send. So you'll see that it's going to cut the line and it's going to print this. So it'll see right over here to your right side of the screen, you'll see it says no cut. That's the words. So it's going to work out perfect. So let's go back to the design mat. And because this is print and cut, I need to let the Silhouette software know that. So let's go to the page setup, and I'm going to bring in the registration marks. And I'm also going to adjust the size of the paper to 8.5 by 11. So come up here and then just change it to 11. Very good. Okay, so make sure this is grouped because I'm going to duplicate it here. All right, come to these two little boxes. So this way I'll have two of them. I really like this saying. It'd be fun to hand out little cards to your friends, little notes in the back. Let's go ahead. I will cut this out and then we'll go to the crafting little space on my desk and we'll make the card. All right, so let's put this beautiful card together. The paper that I'm using, this is a My Mind's Eye. On the bright side, it was a scrap. So use that to cut that. And then I used Cricut paper for the green and the yellow. Just regular 65-pound printer paper for this. Now I did actually end up cutting this a little bit smaller after I already cut it. It just seemed too big for the card, so I probably should have paid more attention to that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on here. And it looks like I need to trim my green piece as well. Give it a little bit more of a border. Now it is still wet, so I don't want to move it around too much. I'm going to end up cutting it crooked. So I think we'll go about right there. And see how that looks. Better. Better trim off this side. A little bit more. Yeah, this is how I roll. I change things. Oh, that looks much better. And a tiny bit off the bottom. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and color this. That's the reason why I changed it to brown. So I'm going to go in with my Y19 and color in the leaves, and then I'll go in with my YR24. I don't do enough Copic marker coloring. I love this. It is so therapeutic. And then I'll just take this YR24 and flick it a little bit up on those lines that are already given. just to enhance those a little bit more by darkening it. And then I'm going to come to the back ones. And I'm not going to push too hard so that it's a little bit lighter, but you can still see it in the background. Okay, I got to put a little bit of green here. Let's see how it looks. Nope, I changed my mind in the middle of everything. All right, I'm going to put green on the inside. I like that brown. All right, let's paint the leaves. So I'm starting out with a YG63. Apparently I can't talk and color at the same time. This is basically just laying out the foundation of the leaf, and then we're going to go in and give it some shadowing. Don't want to forget any of them. Okay, let's go in with this darker one. This one is YG67. And I'm basically going to do the same thing. I'm just going to give it a little bit more color right down here. A little bit darker. And then come back in with my original one and blend it in. Love it. Okay, so trick for the Copics. This is a blender pen. Now, if you probably can't see because I don't have the camera close enough, I kind of went off a little bit on this one. So I'm just going to take my blender pen, and it's kind of like an eraser. Fix this one as well. It's nice to know this is here. All right, perfect. Let's put this card together. Okay, here's all the shapes, as you can see. We'll put this down first. And it is the same exact size as this. There's not going to be a border around it. I am so impressed with Lori Whitlock's designs. She inspires me. All right, let's go ahead and put this on, and we'll almost be done with the card. So I hope you're enjoying these little tutorials on this Silhouette Studio design software. I enjoy using it as much as I do Cricut Design Space, but I do have a learning curve going on here because I don't use it enough. So yeah, if you want me to continue showing you how to do these designs in Silhouette software, let me know. And there's our card, our Just Because card. Thank you all so much for stopping by and your patience through this whole process. Have a great day.